The Kurukshetra War had come to an end. The battlefield, once filled with the roars of warriors and the clash of weapons, now lay silent, covered in ashes, blood, and the remnants of a devastating war. The Pandavas had emerged victorious, having vanquished the Kauravas and reclaiming their rightful throne. However, their victory came at an unimaginable cost. Countless lives had been lost, including many of their loved ones. The pain of losing Abhimanyu, Arjuna's brave son, was still fresh in their hearts. But hope remained. Abhimanyu's wife, Uttara, was carrying his child. If the child survived, the Pandava lineage would continue. This unborn child was their last thread of hope for the future of Hastinapura. However, hatred and revenge had not yet died with the war. Ashwatthama, the son of Guru Dronakarya, was filled with grief and anger at the fall of his dear friend Duryodhana. And in his rage, he made a terrifying vow to end the Pandava bloodline forever. Duryodhana, once the mighty prince of Hastinapura, now lay on the battlefield, his body broken, awaiting his final breath. Ashwatthama, standing beside his fallen friend, could not accept this fate. He clenched his fists and roared, "I will destroy the Pandavas. Before the night ends, I will sever their heads and place them at your feet as an offering." That night, while the Pandavas rested in their war camp, Ashwatthama stealthily infiltrated it. But Krishna, foreseeing the impending danger, had already led the Pandavas to safety. Unaware of this, Ashwatthama mistook Draupadi's 5 sons, the Upa-Pandavas, for the Pandavas and slaughtered them in their sleep. At dawn, when the truth was revealed, Draupadi's cries echoed through the land. The Pandavas, despite winning the war, were left with unbearable grief. Yet Krishna consoled them, saying, "There is still hope. Uttara's child will be the future of your lineage." But Ashwatthama was not done. He still held the most terrible weapon at his command, the Brahmastra, a divine missile of destruction. Determined to erase the last heir of the Pandavas, Ashwatthama invoked the Brahmastra and directed it towards Uttara's womb, aiming to destroy her unborn child. As the skies rumbled with divine fury, Uttara, sensing danger, rushed to Krishna's feet and pleaded, "O Lord Krishna, I have lost my husband in this war. Do not let my child die before even seeing this world. Please protect him." Krishna, moved by her devotion and innocence, declared, "Fear not, Uttara. No force in this universe can harm the one whom I choose to protect." With his divine power, Krishna shielded the unborn child, absorbing the Brahmastra's energy within himself. However, though Krishna had saved the child from complete destruction, the attack had burned the fetus inside her womb. In due time, Uttara gave birth, but the child was stillborn, lifeless, and unmoving. The Pandavas were devastated. Their dynasty had ended before their eyes. Krishna, ever compassionate, reassured them, "Do not grieve. The child will live." To witness this divine event, sages and rishis, including Vyasa, Parashara, and Narada, gathered in great anticipation. Krishna then made a profound declaration. Only a person who has upheld absolute purity and celibacy, brahmacharya, in body, mind, and soul, can revive this child by their touch. Hearing this, the great sages who had spent their lives in penance came forward with confidence. One by one, they placed their hands on the child, but nothing happened. Doubt and disbelief spread among them. How can this be? We have upheld celibacy for ages, yet the child does not awaken. Could Krishna be playing a trick on us? Then, to everyone's surprise, Krishna stepped forward. "Let me try," he said. The sages were stunned. "Krishna, you who have lived among thousands of gopis, you who have 8 principal wives and 16,000 queens. How can you, of all people, claim purity? If we, great ascetics, have failed, how could you succeed? Krishna smiled gently. There is no harm in trying, he said, as he placed his hand on the stillborn child. And in that moment, a miracle happened. The lifeless body transformed into a healthy baby, and his first cry filled the air with life. The Pandavas fell to Krishna's feet in gratitude. The sages, humbled, bowed their heads in shame. Seeing their confusion, Krishna explained, "O revered sages, you are indeed great ascetics, and your penance is unquestionable. But deep in your hearts, you have at times been swayed by desires. Though you outwardly practiced celibacy, your minds were not entirely pure. As for me, though I appeared to the world as a king with many wives, my heart remained untouched by desire. I lived amidst worldly pleasures, but was never bound by them, like a lotus leaf untouched by water." This is the true meaning of Sthita Prajna, as I explained in the Bhagavad Gita. To live in the world, but remain detached from it. Hearing these words, the sages realized the depth of Krishna's wisdom and purity. The revived child was named Parikshit, meaning the one who has been tested, as he had witnessed death before birth and returned to life. He later became the noble ruler of Hastinapura, ensuring the legacy of the Pandavas lived on. The story teaches true purity lies in the mind and soul, not just in external appearances. Detachment from desires, even while living in the world, leads to true self-realization. Faith in the divine can bring miracles beyond human understanding. Thus, Krishna's divine test not only saved the last heir of the Pandavas, but also imparted a timeless lesson on purity, detachment, and righteousness.